Good morning, children, and welcome once again to this part of the video class for class 5, subject science. Today we are going to continue with again the same chapter, that is the solids, liquids and gases. But before I proceed further, let us recapitulate what we had done in the last video class, or what we had talked about in the last video class. In the last video class, we had talked about the solution, the solute and the solvent. Then we went on to discuss about the soluble and insoluble substances, and we saw that there are different solutions in which the solutes are soluble and some solutes are not soluble. Then we went further to see how to separate the insoluble substances in the solution. The methods or the techniques that we discussed were sedimentation, decantation and filtration. Now these were for the insoluble substances. That is, if for example sand in water, sand is insoluble, we can separate it by filtration. Then of course we had even the chalk powder, which is insoluble, can be separated by filtration, and of course the muddy waters and all those can be separated by sedimentation and decantation. Now today we are going to discuss about separation of substances, of soluble substances in the solution. Basically there are two methods or two techniques that we will see today how to separate them. First method is the evaporation. First we will discuss about evaporation, and second method is distillation. And second method is distillation. Now first we will talk about evaporation. What is this evaporation? Now this word is not very new to us. We had seen this word about, we had talked about this evaporation even in the lower classes. Okay, during when we studied about the water cycle, the water being evaporated from the surface of the seas and oceans and all in the process of formation of rain. Just in a brief we had studied, but we had studied in the lower classes. The principle remains the same. That is the process by which the liquid gets converted into its vapor state on heating is called evaporation. So if I have to define evaporation, I would say this evaporation, first I am talking about evaporation. It is a process. It is a process in which the liquid, in process in which the liquid or a liquid, the liquid on heating is converted into its vapor state, vapor state. Vapor form or vapor state is the same thing, in vapor form. So this is about evaporation. Now in general, a solution in which the substance is soluble can be separated by evaporation. So what we have to do, you will heat, or when water is heated, when the solution is heated, especially if the solvent is water, in the solution if the solvent is water, on heating the water converts into water vapor, that is the liquid converts into the vapor form, and the soluble impurities or the solute is left behind, and hence we can separate the soluble impurities from its solution. Now this technique is applied commercially also when we make salt from sea water. Many of you must have visited sea waters. That means you have been to Puri or Digha or Goa or any other oceans or seas. You will find that those waters are salty, and those salty waters, of course they are commercially, they are used for making salt. By evaporating, the water will evaporate and the salt will be left behind. Now this is demonstrated through an activity, or it can be done in the lab also, laboratory also, or maybe at home also. Okay, so here I have drawn a figure. You see this figure. This can be shown. This separation of soluble substances by evaporation can be shown or can be done in the lab. And what are the materials required? So materials required will be a china dish. This is a china dish. We will use salt, water. This is a burner. A wire gauge. This is a wire gauge on which the china dish is put. And of course a tripod stand. This is a tripod stand having 3 legs. That is a tripod stand. Now what is the procedure involved here? First, what we are going to do, we are going to take some common salt and dissolve it in water. Now after that we are going to pour that common salt, the salt solution. I have written there, this is the salt solution into the china dish and on the wire gauge, and of course this wire gauge on the tripod stand, and then we light the burner to heat the salt solution. On heating the solution till all the water evaporates, leaving behind salt in the china dish. When all the water gets, this water will get evaporated, that will get converted into vapor state, and what will be left behind is salt. This is how we can separate the salt from its solution. So this technique, of course, common salt is separated from the salt solution by evaporation. Now this method, of course, is one of the method how we can separate the soluble impurities also. Next we are going to talk about distillation. We are going to talk about distillation. So children, we see that in evaporation the solute is recovered, but the solvent is lost. But in distillation process, the second method, distillation process, we can recover or we can separate both solute and solvent and collect them separately. So before I talk about distillation, let me define what is distillation. Now if I have to define distillation, I would write here distillation. What is distillation? It is a process. It is a process. It is a process in which the liquid on heating gets converted into its vapor form, and then cooling the vapors, cooling its vapors to get the pure liquid. Okay, so it is a process in which the liquid on heating gets converted to its vapor form and then cooling its vapor to get the pure liquid. Now let me take an example, say a salt solution. When I take salt solution and actually if I heat those salt solution, again the water will get converted into vapor form, and if I condense or if I cool those vapors of water, that is water vapor, I'll get back the water in pure form, that is liquid water can be separated. So we can separate the solute, the soluble solute, and as well as the solvent. So now we can demonstrate or we can see or we can do this in a laboratory also through an activity where we can separate both the solute and the solvent. So here on the board I have drawn a figure. Of course this figure can be understood from this portion. So this is a figure where I have drawn to separate the soluble impurities by distillation. Now what do I require? I require salt water, that is the solution. This is a solution. A distillation flask. This is a distillation flask, or we also say it's a round bottom flask or a retort. We call it a retort. Glass receiver. This is a glass receiver. a tripod stand, burner. Of course, this is the condensing flask. So now what is the procedure? How do we go about? Take some salt solution in the retort that is shown there. Place it on the tripod stand and connect with another flask kept as glass receiver. This is called the condensing flask. Here this is the condensing flask. Now heat the retort till the steam is formed. So we will heat, this is a burner, we will heat this salt solution, and what will happen? The water will get converted into its vapor form, and then it will pass through this and then finally it pass and then come here, and these vapors on reaching the condensing flask. Of course, this condensing flask we run through this this is the cold water can be poured over it, that means through the tap it can be it can be maintained. Now heat the retort till the steam is formed and let the steam pass through the condensing flask. Now what is the observation? As water in the retort gets heated, it changes into water vapor. On reaching the condensing flask, the water vapor condenses into droplets of water. The salt will be left behind. The salt will be left behind in that retort only, and the clear liquid, that is water, will be collected in the glass. Clean water is collected in the glass receiver, and then hence we come to the conclusion, or we can say that salt can be separated from its solution with water, and also the water is recovered. The solution with is of course the salt, and water is also recovered. We can get back both the solute as well as the solvent. Now this distillation process is very useful, especially when the ships go for a voyage and all, they run short of water. So this method is used, that means to take the sea water and get back the clear liquid, and of course it is mixed with some more minerals and it can be used for drinking. But remember, we don't take distilled water for consumption. Simple reason, distilled water is known for its being a universal solvent. It is known to dissolve many of our essential vitamins and salts within our body. So we don't take a distilled water. But distilled water has many applications. It is used of course in your car batteries, and of course in the medicines and all, distilled water is used. So today we saw the two methods, that is evaporation and distillation, and of course these methods were employed or can be used to separate the soluble impurities from the solution. So with this we come to the end of this chapter, and along with it again small assignments will be sent to you, which you have. Now this assignment probably some are to be done in the book, and a couple of questions can be done in the exercise copy also. I hope you have enjoyed this class too, and till then take care and thank you.